I'm Chris Black, and today I'm at Victory's Artist Showroom in sunny Wimbledon, joined by the man, the myth, the mystery, the Martin Kid, the man behind Victory Amps. Sorry if I've stolen your thunder.
No, nice bit of alliteration there. Very good.
We're back, the dynamic duo, the one-dimensional duo.
Yes.
So why are we here? Why have I been dragged to Wimbledon?
Well, you've been dragged because we'd like to talk about the MK30 Clean 2x10 combo.
Yeah.
To your right. And the MK Clean 30 watt 1x12 combo to my left.
Cool. So these are, as I understand it, new and variations on the kind of the existing MK Clean, I guess.
They are, yes. They are indeed, yes. They're very well. They're exactly the same, but with a lower output. So,
cool. Well, that's this video wrapped up, I guess, isn't it?
That's it in a nutshell. Yes, it's yes.
Awesome. I mean, I've been using the MK Clean for a while now. I've been using a head and a 1x12 cab. Which I absolutely love. It's kind of formed a pretty core part of my rig, I guess, over the past couple of months. But I'm particularly intrigued by the 2x10 version. I tend to kind of veer, I guess, for want of a better word, towards 10-inch speakers. Don't really know why. They have a character and a sound that I particularly like. And this is the one that I've spent a little bit of time playing through today, and it sounds absolutely gorgeous, as you would expect. So what instigated the change to 10-inch as opposed to 12, or a 10-inch option at the very least?
Your good self did. Just some chats we had about your rig pre-Victory, and the thing you liked about a slightly taller cab and 10-inch speakers.
Yeah.
So we thought you're probably not the only one.
Hopefully.
And
I mean, if I am, it's not being effort wasted. But
no.
Hopefully, there's a wider market for it.
Yeah, I think so.
I think there's a lot to be said for a bigger cab. It's. I mean, unfortunately, gone are the days when you kind of hamper 4x12 around with you wherever you went, at least for the most part. But whenever I do plug into a 4x12 or just a bigger cabinet in general, they have such a distinctive sound. There's such a size and a width and a girth, for want of a better phrase.
Yes.
That's a word I'll regret using. But there is such a unique, distinctive character to a bigger cabinet that it definitely does play a huge role in a guitar sound. So this is particularly intriguing to me, and needless to say, sounds awesome. So, job well done.
I think it is. Yeah.
Awesome.
You never know. You design these things on paper, etc. Talk about them, but until you put it together and see what it sounds like.
That's incredible. Really impressive.
Yeah.
And the 1x12, I guess just obviously by nature of it being one speaker as opposed to two, I guess being a little bit more portable. Principally the same amp?
Exactly the same amp,
cool.
Yeah. It's just more portable. Some guitar players only like 12-inch speakers.
Yeah.
I'm probably a bit like that, but having said, listening to the 2x10 version.
I don't know what it is. It's hard to kind of quantify. It's hard to put into words really what it is about 10-inch speakers that I particularly like. I think there's a directness, and you don't get so much low end. It's interesting actually. As someone who's been primarily playing combos actually in one form or another for quite a while, switching to a head and a cabinet with the MK Clean, that took a little bit getting used to. Almost the amount of low end that was there that I wasn't particularly used to. There was a kind of a size and a kind of some frequencies there that kind of surprised me a little bit. So that took a bit of getting used to. But also, we did a couple of shows in the US last summer, and Victory were kind enough to sort me out with rented backline. We played in Nashville, and I had a Victory combo. We played in Los Angeles at the Troubadour, and I had a head and cabinet. And principally the same amp. It was the same amp topology, I guess, running the speaker or driving the speaker, but the sound between the cab and the combo was wildly different. So it's it really does, it sounds a little bit redundant to say it, I guess, but the speaker makes such a monumental . And the cabinet itself,
Yeah, it does. And I think probably what you've become accustomed to, we used, these are open backed.
Yeah.
But there's still quite a bit of wood in the way behind, whereas some of the your open back 4x10s are quite open, aren't they? There's very little, so you can use the wall as a baffle or
wood in the way. That's incidentally the name of my first solo record. I think that was particularly the kind of marked difference for me that I noticed with the cab. It was a 2x12 cab, but it was closed back, and it was a sound that I'd not kind of heard or experienced in a very long time, kind of pretty much since the days of my kind of 4x12 in a pub that was way too small to house a 4x12 days. So absolutely incredible, absolutely blown away by these, as with everything you do, really.
Thank you.
So, I mean, where's my money for saying all this anyway? So.
It's piled up over.
Cool. Yeah, thank you. Great. So I understand these cabinets are made of pine.
Indeed, yes.
Which is a wood.
Yes.
Cool, there we go. We're on the same page.
There we go, yes.
Thought I'd double check that.
Yes. Well, I looked it up on the way and it...
Definitely. So why? Why pine?
I like the sound of it. It was...
It's a good reason.
It is pretty much the only reason. It contributes... There are a number of arguments for and against a cabinet that contributes to the tone, but I like it. It isn't then just a box for the speaker to go in,
absolutely.
But it helps. And
you're veering dangerously close to the tone wood argument here.
I am.
We'll steer away from that.
Steer away from that
for the sake of the internet.
Yeah. Yes. Otherwise, all the internet will be after me with a big stick.
Yeah, fair one.
Yeah.
I mean, just I don't know, again, not to kind of go wading into murky waters here, but pretty much all of my favourite amps have pine cabinets or have kind of pine enclosures. So, that's particularly encouraging. One thing that I thought was particularly impressive, actually, given it's the MK30, a little bit kind of misleading, I guess, in the sense that it's a little bit more wattage than that, is it?
It is, yes. And the whole point was to try and retain the headroom of the 100 watt.
Cool. So what are we coming out at wattage-wise?
Probably early 40s.
Okay, cool.
It'll depend on which valves end up in the amp. I mean, what we're fitting at the moment is probably something like 42 something-ish.
Okay,
like
cool.
That. But we just wanted to make sure that we did retain the headroom that this amp is all about. But there's still if you push it hard, you'll get
a bit of grit out of it.
You will, yes, indeed.
It's cool. That's honestly, I guess that you kind of touched on it then. Really, that's the kind of raison d'être, I guess, for an amp like this. Is that headroom? It's that kind of clarity. It's that articulation that you won't necessarily get out of a lower wattage amp. But considering you've more or less kind of halved its kind of output, I guess it's still got that headroom, which is awesome. It's a really enjoyable experience. That in particular I just fell in love with earlier. There's so much to love about that. The form factor, the 2x10, the headroom. It's just it's a beautiful sounding amp. Well done.
Yeah,
you should do this for a living.
I might.
Cool.
People keep saying it.
Baby steps.
I might. You know, watch this space.
We'll see. So if I understand correctly, these amps have valves in them.
They do.
Cool. Now what does that do?
They're the amplification devices.
Okay, cool. Joking aside,
Yeah.
I guess it again, it's a fundamental part of an amp sound.
For these amps, yes.
Yeah.
Certainly, yeah. Yes, it is. It's the same complement. So there are 4 12AX7s in the preamp.
Yeah.
So they're the standard 12AX7 or ECC83.
Cool.
More commonly if you're from this side.
Yeah.
And then an ECC81 or 12AT7 driving the reverb.
Cool.
And then a pair of 6L6s in the output stage.
Well, that all sounds good to me.
Yes, there's probably enough scope if people wanted. They could bias it for 34s, but
Okay, cool.
Yeah, 6L6s I think do the job better in this instance.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And I've been told to say as well, pretty much at gunpoint, that these amps are fully customizable cosmetically, aesthetically speaking.
Yes, indeed. Yeah.
You can pretty much do what you want to them within reason.
Yeah.
But if you head over to Victory's website, you can kind of build your dream MK clean. Poet, and I didn't know it as well, apparently. Yeah. So yeah, there's a multitude of options, all of which I was told and have instantly forgotten. It's premium Scottish Muirhead leather, so you can feel like you're in a Jaguar from the 1970s. There's pretty much nothing that you can't do with these amps, at least cosmetically. So head over to Victory Amp's website and build your perfect amp.
It's worth pointing out, actually, just if it's your preference for ethical reasons or whatever, you can just have Tolex as a covering.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
So that can be done.
Awesome.
I'm told. I might be told otherwise in a minute. But
amazing.
We'll see. Yeah.
Anyway, I think we've spoken quite enough, so we're going to play you out now. But yeah, there we go. Anything to add, Martin?
Not really.
Oh, great. There we go. We'll see you next time.